Good morning, party people. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello. Oh, don't be touching things. Don't be touching things, they said. Okay, then. Hi, good morning. You have one of your necklaces on. I did. I decided to keep this one for myself since I had two bears. If you were here Friday, we made these necklaces. We made the two with the glass cabochons, and then we made two with bears. I kept one of the Courage Bear ones because I wanted to, and so I did. I also kept a pair of earrings for me, but today I'm wearing earrings from Miss Rebecca Dexter, the Foxes, which works out pretty good because this has all the colors, so I can wear all the colors. So yeah, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I feel like this is a little bit wonkety woo. Stop. Still moving. Does it every time. Good morning, everybody. We got Donna. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Mary. Happy Monday. You are having internet issues. Oh no. Annoying. Yeah, internet issues are never fun. Good morning, Miss Dorothy. Good morning, good morning. Miss Linda Nicholson. Good morning. Everybody's still got their name on there now. I don't know if this is a permanent change from YouTube or what's happening with that. I'm not 100% sure on all that. I haven't had time to research it either. Let's just go a little bit like that. Is that better? Yeah. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Sassy Cindy. Thanks. Yeah, my hair. Oh, I brushed it today. That's why. I got into a conversation with my friend Melissa over the weekend, and she was like, because Melissa doesn't dye her hair. She never has. She's never dyed it, ever, and we're 40. And she was saying how this guy she had been dating a while back really wanted her to dye her hair because she has gray hair. And she's a brunette, so she had some gray hair. And he was like, you should really dye that. He was just all about her dyeing it. And she was like, listen, with your patriarchy bullshit. She's like, I'm not going. It's funny. And I said, well, I have to dye my hair because it's itchy. Like, if I don't dye it, it gets itchy. And because it's like coarse. It's like more coarse than the others. And I was like, yeah, so I guess I'm shameless. I'm going. I dye it. I don't know. And so we were talking about that. And I said, well, I figure if you're not going to brush it, which I hardly ever brush my hair. Like, if you're not going to brush it or curl it or blow dry it or basically do anything else to it, maybe it's fine if you dye it. She said she thought that was okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Heather and Rosanna and Tina and Terry and Debbie. It's kind of weird though. I am going to tell you, like when I go to look at the names, I like really have to concentrate on the names. Martha, good morning. Just make sure I try not to miss anybody because I'm kind of dyslexic. Anita, good morning. Yeah, so I don't know. I was just like, well, I guess if we're not going to do anything else to it, maybe it's okay if you just dye it. I don't know. I did ask my doctor if I could dye it since I'm pregnant, and she said yes, which I always thought used to be not a thing. But I guess she said that's fine. I don't know. I have dyed, but I've been waiting because I'm kind of scared. I don't know. So any hoots, I have lots to report. First of all, we are going to do a bead drop. There's only like 12 items. Is there 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, there's only 10. There's only 10 items. There's only 10 items because I was tired. That's what happened. Actually, that's not what happened. On Friday, we had some craziness going on. I don't remember what it was. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do remember what it was. Your body could react to the chemicals in a weird way. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I just was like, But she said you can use, like, I'm sure you could use, like, the henna ones and stuff. You know, like the not chemically ones. But I don't know. I just don't know if I want to chance it, you know. Is it worth it? Probably not. Good morning. Okay, so we have like 10 items that we got to look at here for the bead drop. And so that gives us a little extra time for the report. Do you guys want to hear about the report of what's going on? It's kind of juicy today. So what had happened was on Friday I didn't get in too much work done. I don't think I got any work done, as a matter of fact. Because why? So I did morning coffee, which was great. We did my Hobby Lobby fun things, right? And then, okay, so in the morning, I had told you guys I had to go with Jeff to go move vehicles around. Remember that? So I had to go with Jeff to move around vehicles, and then we ended up going all the way across town, which I didn't know we were doing, but fine, whatever. And then I came back, I did the coffee. Then I had to leave directly from here to go get Jeff at work so that we could go to the appointment, the baby appointment, which went great. They said the baby, I think I already told you this, but they said the baby is in like the 95th percentile, so it's going to be a big baby. And we didn't get to see, oh, actually, no, Jeff didn't get to go with me. Jeff had to go somewhere else. He had to go to Jamestown or something. I had to go by myself. That's right. I was late. I had to text in because I was late. So, anyway, I got there. We listened to the baby. Everything's good with Squish. They said Squish is doing good. So I asked this doctor, Dr. Gray, and I said, okay, Dr. Gray, so, like, when do we start talking about, like, the birth plan? Or, like, what goes on with that? And she's like, oh, well, we don't really start worrying about that till you're, like, 32 weeks long. And then she said, we just give you this piece of paper, and you fill it out, and then that's your birth plan. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, well, who's going to deliver this baby? Are you going to deliver it? Because I got all these doctors, you know. I got all kinds of doctors. Oh, good. You got your Christmas box. Yay. And she's like, well, that depends. If you schedule an induction. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. No. Good morning, all. Are you close friends with Santa? Yes. Me and Santa are tight. This. Oh, you guys love the Christmas box. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, so I was like, well, who's going to deliver this baby? And she said, well, if you would schedule induction. I said, I don't want to do that. And she was like, oh, why not? And I said, because I grew up on a farm. And she just busts out laughing. And she's like, okay, so you want to wait for natural birth things? And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what I want to do. She was like, all right. And then she said, well, in that case, whoever's on call that day will deliver the baby. And I was like, that seems really weird to me. It seems really weird because I have like 5 doctors. And you're telling me none of them can maybe be around on that day? Like somebody I know? But whatever. As long as there's a doctor, I guess. I didn't open it. You're waiting for me to do the unboxing? Dorothy already did the unboxing. Lady. She missed it. I will share the link. So anyway, we got to talking about that. I also told her when I was induced with Sievert, the medicine they gave me, I had an allergic reaction to it. So the whole time I was in labor, I had a fever of 102, and I was itchy. I was like so itchy. They were like, it was not good. And she was like, oh, we got to figure out what that is. So they're in the chart, and she's looking through all the medical papers, and she finds the thing, and I can't remember what it was that she said it was. It started with an M. And she's like, okay, so she updated that, and then, yeah, so that was kind of it. But she told me, which I didn't know, and nobody told me, said, okay, now in February, she said, you got to schedule some appointments now. She always says that when I leave. You have to schedule more appointments. I said, okay. And she said, now in February, you have to start coming every 2 weeks. And I said, oh, okay. Because I have her, but then I also have the other doctors, and they make me come a lot too. So it's like a lot of appointments. Then she said, in March, you have to come every week. And I was like, oh, is that normal? And she was like, yes. I was like, oh, okay, nobody told me that. And she's like, yeah, you're going to be at the doctor a lot. And I'm like, okay. So that's what she said. So, sounds like, no, I saw it. I thought you would do another one for those who missed it. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I received my Christmas box. Oh, everybody received their Christmas box. Good. I'm glad they're getting there. Now, I went 3 rounds, so if you don't get yours, I went 3 days where I ship it. It took me like 3-4 days to get them all shipped. And so like maybe the first wave of people got theirs, and then the second wave, and then the third wave, because that's how I sent them out, because, you know, I was doing it by myself. This is normal. Once a week in the last month. Weekly after 36 weeks. Yeah, okay. Well, nobody told me that. I was not prepared. I was like, oh, okay. So, anywho, but I guess that's good because they'll be watching. I was totally clueless. Well, I got to take a birthing class. Me and Jeff, they gave us a list. Most of them are online now, I guess, and you just do it online. You have to pay money, which I think is kind of weird. I mean, it's not weird, but I would prefer to do an in-person class, so I'm going to call them and see if they have an in-person class, because I'm better with in-person classes. You know, I'm 40, almost. I'm going to need a pamphlet and a teacher. Can I get that? I would like that. Anyway. So we did that, and that was fine. Then I came home. No problem. And then, no, I didn't come home. I had to go to Target. Listen, there was some problems. And I had to go to Target, and I had to get a plunger. So I was in the Target, and whilst I was in the Target, I started getting some text messages from the trailer house guy, from the realtor guy, from Jesse, you know, crazy little Jesse. So we hadn't heard from Jesse in like 2 days. Nothing. Not a peep. No peeps. Peepless. His first text message came into the group, so it's me and him and Jefferson. And it says, Jeff, you need to check your email right now. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, uh-oh, you done screwed up. And the fight was on. I was like, oh, he said, you need to check your email right now. And then look at this thing, and then sign the purchase agreement, and this, that, and the other. Like, he was giving out all these informations. And I was like, oh, Jesse, I told you not to be like this. I don't understand. Men, they don't listen. So what had happened after that was I called Jeff, and I was like, hey. And he goes, oh yeah, I saw the text. He said, I'm not responding to that. It's like, okay. I was like, so here's the thing, just so me and you are on the same page. I'm like, this doesn't have, so I was like, there's something really wrong with this trailer situation, because I'm like, first of all, it doesn't have the right address on it. He hasn't sent the listing. He hasn't sent like, we asked him like 3 questions that he didn't answer. So I wanted dimensions for the laundry room, dimensions for the refrigerator, because he told me to go to Lowe's and pick out said appliances. And I'm like, okay, what's the budget and the dimensions, right? Because, you know, that's important. You need to know that. So he still refused to give this information. And then we asked him to send the listing. I said, can you send me the listing on this property so we have all the information, the address, you know, all that. So he kept sending it. And I'm just like, so I told Jeff, I said, okay, well, I'm going to I'm going to text him. And Jeff was like, okay. And so I text him and I'm like, okay, just so we're all on the same page here. I was like, I just want us to all be on the same page. Because then he started sending things like, oh, well, we're going to put it on, it's on the market and we got all these other people lined up and whatever. And trying to pressure. And I was like, listen. So I texted him and I said, just so we're all on the same page, this is not the property we are trying to buy. The listing you keep sending is not the trailer that we're trying to buy from you. Which is why we're not going to sign a purchase agreement with the wrong address and none of the right things on it, because it's not for the right property, which I've told you repeatedly. He keeps sending me a picture of a blue house. The house that we wanted to buy was tan. So then he started arguing with me in the text message saying, this is the one you saw. And I was like, no, it wasn't. I was like, the day that we went out there to look at them, you were 20 minutes late, caught in traffic. Remember when there was traffic? I was like, and we looked at a light blue trailer. We went to go look at the dark blue one, the one he's trying to sell us, and you didn't have a key for it because you were unprepared for your job. Do you remember this day? I do. And then we looked at the tan one. So we go with this. So Jeff got mad because he kept telling Jeff. So I'm texting and he was like ignoring me. And so he said, so he was saying whatever to Jeff. And he's like, well, you need to sign the purchase agreement because we have these people lined up and I got a showing at 4:00. And Jeff said, show it. Go ahead, show it. Whatever. And then he started getting testy. So Jeff texted in the text. He said, Jesse, you need to call me right now. Which he didn't. And then, so anyway, Jeff got a hold of him and cussed him out and then hung up on him, I guess. And because he's like just not listening and just like trying to talk over Jeff. So then I'm telling him like, this is the wrong property. This is not the right property. We're not going to sign an agreement with the wrong address on it. The wrong property. It doesn't have anything in there about the appliances. This is a legally binding agreement. We're not going to sign it, even if it's right, until our lawyer looks at it, because this is what responsible people do. I don't know if you're aware. So then he's like, well, I can push these people back till 4:00 or whatever, blah-de-blah-de. And I said, listen, man, we're not going to be pressured into doing anything. We haven't even heard from you in 2 days. And then he's like, well, I lost my phone. I said, well, that sounds like a you problem. I don't know. So anyway, then I called the lady from the park. So she owns the trailer. She's in charge of like the owning of the trailer. And I told her, I said, listen, we're really having a problem with this Jesse person. Is there possibly someone else we could work with? Please don't sign anything, right? And I said, is there anybody else we could possibly work with? And then she's all over here defending Jesse. She's like, well, he lost his phone. I said, that sounds like a y'all's problem. You want to know the professionals that I deal with? They don't lose their phone. They know where their phone is all the time. Interesting, he lost his phone on a Friday night. I find that very interesting. Also, again, not a me problem. I don't know. We've asked you 3 questions. It's not hard. You keep sending us the wrong house. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, that's just the listing. It just has the wrong pictures on it. I said, that's illegal. It's misrepresentation. The hell are you talking about, lady? So this lady says, okay, well, I will call over to the Better Home and Garden Alliance group and I will have them, somebody reach out to you, a different agent. I said, okay, great. She said, well, let's just not worry about it too much. It's the weekend. Let's just enjoy our weekend. I said, okay, great. And then 15 minutes later, she's texting me saying, okay, I sent this to your email, which, by the way, she didn't, because me and Jeff both checked our email. No email. Check the spam. No spam. This is in your email, and we're going to have Lee, his name is Lee, he's going to call you, la-di-da-di, can represent you in the sale, this, that, the other. So I just didn't respond. Then she texts again, and she says, oh, now it's an open listing, and you can pick any realtor you want to. Then she texted and said, this is all in the course of like 20 minutes. Then she texted and said, maybe you just want to represent yourself in the sale. And I was just like, And I looked at Jeff and I was just like, I think we're done with this. And he's like, yeah, I think so. He's like, I think we're done. And I'm just like, these people don't know what they're doing. I don't want to work with this guy at all. And I also don't want to work with this lady who's defending this guy who's representing her company in this horrible, shady way. Because then she called and was trying to tell me, oh, we don't make any money on these trailers, la-di-da-di. And I said, lady, listen, I don't know who you're trying to talk to over here. I said, but I am under the impression that, no, you might not be making a lot of money on the trailer, but you're making money on lot rent, which is why you're trying to fill up your trailer park and you're charging excessive amounts of money for lot rent, which people are going to be locked into. So let's not pretend that you're not making money. Businesses aren't out here just not making money. And she's like, oh, well, and then she's like, we can get you the whatever appliances you want and the la-di-da, and we'll just put it in there as like a clause. And I'm like, no, that's not how we be doing that. So anyway, needless to say, they were being crazy. I'm like, don't call over here and try to pressure people into doing things, number one, because that's not going to go well for you. Not with me, and definitely not with Jeff. You don't ever want to tell Jeff, you need to call me right now. That's not going to go good. That doesn't go good for me when I do it. I'm just like, wow. And then just the fact that I'm like, you're trying to sell us the wrong property with the wrong address. Like, what are you even trying to do? It was crazy. I was just like, all right, we're out. So we decided we don't want to work with that gal either or be in any of her parks because of how she's acting with this Jessie. So we said no to that. So then Jeff was like, well, back to the drawing board. And I was like, okay. So now I think that we're going to go back to Britt with the designing of the trailer house. I told him what was going on. He was like, oh, that doesn't sound good at all. I was like, no, it was not great. So that's how that's going. So then anyways, that was Friday and Saturday. It was all tied up and all of that. And I was just like, ugh. So I did not get any of my work done. And then Saturday I was like, okay, I got to get something done. So I got some stuff on the SKU list, which I did. But yeah, so I didn't get any of my work done on the weekend. Yeah, it was kind of insane. I was just like, is this how people just be doing stuff up here? Then they're telling me about all the trailers they sold last week. I was like, well, good for you. That was last week. I don't know if you're just, okay. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about you losing your phone. I don't care that you misinterpreted. Also, so while I was texting this Jessie, I'm like, listen, the house we want is tan. The outside of the house, right? Because why would we be talking about the inside of the house? So they had a tan one, a dark blue one, and a light blue one. I said, the one we want is the tan one. What's the address on that? And he kept arguing, whatever. Well, then he must have realized that he was messed up. So he went on and got a photo of all three of the trailers. And I swear to God, he used a filter to change the color of the house to like an olive green. Then he sends me a text with the picture and he says, are you talking about this olive green house? So I went on Google Maps and zoomed in on it and took a photo of that and said, no, the tan one, the one that's sitting on the lot. Because he was trying to be some kind of way and using a filter and thinking I'm not going to know he's using a freaking filter. Because how many times have you guys been around here and me and Shannon have had fights about colors of beads? Colors of things. Let's not pretend it's green. It's not green. Like, it was ridiculous. And I was just like, this guy's on some other business. So anyways, we're done with him. Yeah, he's crooked. Anywho, so that's all I really have to report about that. Other than that, we had a great weekend. And this week is going to be busy for Thunderhorse Descendant. So we got the Bead Drop today. We've got ticket drawing on Tuesday. Ticket drawing Tuesday. Members only bingo Wednesday. Thursday is the Thanksgiving. I was like, what's the name of this holiday? Thursday is Thanksgiving. I will not be working on Thanksgiving because I'm going to go to my great aunt's house for the dinner or whatever. I'm just going to buy a pie. Do you think that's fine? That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to buy a pie. I thought about making this little salmon pizza, like with the cream cheese and the little smoked salmon bits on the top, but I don't know if my family over there will eat that. They're more like meat and potatoes people. So I don't know, but we'll see. And then the 28th is Black Friday. Can I send a copy of my tickets and my bingo cards to someone for me? Yeah, if you're not going to be present, you can, yes. Mm-hmm. As long as they are also a member, otherwise they won't be able to see the game. Sounds like you dodged a bad deal. Yeah. I know. I was thinking that too. I was like, oh, because I was like, maybe it's a sign, and then I try not to be like that a lot, like early on. I'm like, maybe it's just a coincidence. And then I'm like, maybe it's a sign. Yep, you got it, lady. So any hoots, and then, so Black Friday is Friday, obviously. Are any of you guys going to go out shopping at all and do like the actual Black Friday business? Or are we just doing like online shopping? Are we doing no shopping? What are we doing? I got questions. So I'm going to issue out and be working on the website. I might work on it today. No shopping. No shopping. Buy pies. I'm not a baker. Yeah, I don't even know how to make a pumpkin pie, honestly. I mean, not like the real way. I don't even know if I could do it with canned pumpkin. I mean, maybe. Heck no, I'm avoiding that day. No. I will be doing a 3-day show. No shopping for me. It's not worth going out on that day. Apparently we are going to the Bethlehem, PA Christmas market. Oh, are you going to just go there or are you going to sell there? Costco has great pumpkin pie. Costco. Don't you have to have a membership for Costco? Or, I don't know if we have Costco. I've never been to a Costco. I don't go out on Black Friday. Yeah, we've had this debate numerous times throughout since I started Thunderhorse Descendant. So Thunderhorse Descendant always has their best sales on Black Friday. It's the best shopping deal of the year. That's just how we've always done it. But I always do it on Black Friday. Yes, you do need a membership. Yeah. Wait, what? No, I've never been to Costco. I don't have a membership, and I don't know if we have Costco's here. I think maybe they have a Sam's Club. But I've also never been to a Sam's Club. Yeah, so I don't know. Especially this year, Black Friday things, I feel like I'm getting a lot more Black Friday things. I got a lot last year and the year before, like in your email, and you're getting like all the ads and stuff. And it's like, but I feel like in years past they started like way earlier. So I was kind of happy that this year it wasn't like so early. Because like, I mean, when did we start getting Black Friday ads? A couple of years ago was like in August or something crazy. You guys remember that? And it was like early Black Friday deals. So I don't know. At least it's not that. But also, I don't know that we're going to be doing stuff, I don't need that craziness. I have a question. I was given some round gemstone beads around 14 millimeters with no holes. Do you do with them? Round gemstone beads with 14 millimeters with no holes in them. Can you wrap them? Can you wear wrap them? And make them into maybe like focals? Although 12 to 14 isn't that big. Are they flat on the back? I dread the thought, but it's Bob's 70th birthday, so we will just be going along. Oh. Okay, Heather's going to do a sale on Wednesday. She needs a catchy name. When did you start nodding? Me? I won't be going out on Black Friday weekend. I can't deal with the crowds. No, they're round. I don't know. You could cage them, I guess. That's not really fun. You could wire wrap them and cage them. Or you could use like actual cages where you just stick them in almost like a marble. We have some of those on the website. Or we used to. I guess I didn't look. I started nodding not that long ago. A couple of years ago, maybe? Well, the way I do it now, the way I do the nodding now was probably like a few years ago, maybe like 3 years ago. I tried all the things like when I was learning to knot. I tried like the knotting machine and that little thing that you push up with the little pokey part on it and like all the tools. So I struggled around with that for like 2 years. So I don't know. We should probably launch these beads, huh? Let's do it. We only got 10. We can chit chat and do this at the same time. I got my Christmas box, but it's stuck in my mailbox. Oh no! That's no good. Here we have first order business, R4905. These are blue crazy lace. We've got 2 different goings-ons. So we've got round. And we got, I believe these are 10s. Yeah, 10 millimeter round and 10 millimeter coins. These are originally Dakota Stone business. You can tell from the tag. I've obviously got them in TF. So that's those guys. Now, these are going into the category Collector's Corner. So that's the category for this. I'm just going to say, I'm not even going to say month. I'm going to say this time of year that we're doing right now. So it's called Collector's Corner. It's the newest category on there. We've been putting some things in there. You're going to notice that those, and we'll take a look at it once we go to post them up. Those are looking a little strange. So it'll have like these 2 are in the same listing. So if you, and it'll just give you an option. Do you want the coins or do you want the rounds? So that's the deal with that. So we got those. Oh. Oh, I was supposed to start with 4905. 4905. Where are you at? Well, that is 4905. Hello. Losing it. 4906. I love your packing tape. Good. I'm glad you love it. I got some pearls. And a little pearls. Only got a couple strands left of these. You may have seen these. The members may have seen these. They were in the sale that we had. So all these things are stuff that I had gotten at TF the last time I was there. 4906. We got 2 of those left. These are light peach freshwater pearls, 5 millimeter rounds. Strands are 15 inches long and they're $7.30. Oh, thanks for putting the website, PK. You could glue nails on your round beads? Oh, I thought you were talking about like nails. You're talking about like flat back nails. That's funny. Okay, next up, 4907. We got these guys. These are the gooseberry. Got a couple of these left. These are Indonesian glass. Handmade gooseberry. $12 a strand. These guys right here are striped dark blue gooseberry beads, Indonesian glass, sold by the strand, 25 inches long, multicolored stripes. So there's those. Oh, we might need another tray for this. Oh, I was not prepared for multi-trays. Was I? No, I don't think I was. Hold on a second. I hear beads, but I don't see beads. That's not good. I hear beads, but I don't see them. Da, da, da. Me too, Randy. I was so confuzzled. I have missed so much. What were you confuzzled about, Heather? Stuff and things? Okay, so this is where it gets a little interesting with the like collector's corner. So I broke these strands up. These are technically $49.08. The strands are $21.30 each. I have 6 of them. One of them only has 4 pieces. That's this guy. He's got a lower price point on the website. So I have these in order and I've labeled them. So these are Moroccan agates, preformed ovals. Originally the strands were like $60 for the full strand. So I was like, well, we're gonna do them into like 5s. So I took pictures of all of the actual strands, and you get to pick your strand you want. That one's really cool. And then I just figured these could be used as like focals or, you know, whatever. So I don't want to mess them up. Close your eyes, they said. That one's B. Ooh, I like that one. That one's really fun. Yeah, they're really yummy. I'm just going to put them in order so I know. So A, B, C. Yeah, so here's the original tag. So they're 20 or 30 millimeters. Those are cute. Close your eyes, they said. Oh, I talked to Amber. She said their sale at the store went really well. It's over now, I think. So that was good. That one's cool. That one is D. And then this is the last one, E. E only has 4, but like I said, I put a smaller price point on it on the website to account for that. How much for the full strand? The full strand was $54 originally. Look at this one's got it's got a little rock stuck to it. Isn't that funny? At first I was like, is it glued on there? But I think it just grew like that. 5. Oh no, this is the 5 one. Sorry. This one is E. And this is the little one. This one only has 4. If you just wanted to give it a whirl. So that's what those look like. So $49.08 Moroccan agates. Strands of 5 or the one that has 4. And they're all listed on the website so you can pick which one you want. They're $21.30 a strand. Kind of a spendy date, but that's how it goes with Moroccan agates, you know? I'm just going to put all these on here so I don't lose them. Okay, then we got $49.09. I believe these to be rainbow jasper, yeah. So these are part of the onesie strands. With the pendants. right? So I have these under one listing. You don't have to buy them that way, but I do have them under one listing if you thought they were cool. So this one is Rainbow Jasper Bead Strand, 10 by 15 millimeter oval beads, and then the drilled artistic jasper pendant, 70 by 20 millimeters. So all these ones are drilled up here on the top, like horizontally, so they could hang this way. Yep. I want a full strand. I guess I'll have to buy them separately. I don't have any full strands, Heather. I cut all mine up. Saturday. We ordered food from DoorDash. First time. Bad issues. Oh my goodness. Well, that's not good, PK. Glue on bales. Yeah, glue on bales. That's what I thought you meant. So that's this guy. Dun, 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 dun. And we got a couple like that. This one only has one. Because again, this is part of the onesie strand. So I just took a picture of it because it's way cool. $49.10. $24.30. This guy is Jasper. I don't know which Jasper specifically, because it just says Jasper on the tag. But they're pretty cool. They do have little Jasper Hishis in between that are stone, that are the same stone. And then they're drilled up here on the top. So it's kind of interesting. So I thought those are cool. So again, these are parts of the onesie strands. And that's why they're in the collector's corner. Here we've got a couple of other businesses. These are all Unikite pendants. We've got turtles. So these are actually necklaces. We gave these away at some point in time. They just come on a little string, but you can use them as pendant. They're drilled. You can see their little head right there is drilled. So we've got Unikite turtles. We've got a Unikite butterfly and a bear. And then I have these paired up with some jade and some Unikite. I put all the specs on the listing. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, you could do a multi-strand if you wanted, or you could just do one or the other. They kind of all go together. So I just used all the Unikite pendants that I had because they match these little cubes, which I thought was cute. So those are all under $49.11. These strands here are like 8, 6, and 9, I think, and then these guys are all $7.99. So on the website, they'll be like $8.29. Somebody asked me about that the other day. Many of you have been around here, long enough. You know that we add 30 cents to everything that comes from Taylor's Falls that goes up on the website. So that's just for doing the listing and all that business, So that is $49.11. Just looking cute. Those are the first of the little animals that I put up. $49.12 is a onesie for $16. This is Rhyolite. Pretty big ovals. $16, I think it is. Yeah, $16.30. That's that guy. Ovals are 18 by 25. The strand is 16 inches long. Yeah, it's cute, right? We've only got 2 left. Got $49.13, which is another one of these guys. This is the Artistic Jasper Oval Bead Strand. with the artistic jasper pendant. These pendants are like $5. You can see the little, I picked this one because look, it matches. Right? Super cute. So I think this bead strand's $12, $12.30, and then this guy's like $5. Yeah. He has a little ticket. Yeah, $49.13. So that's what those are looking like. And then the last one I think I can get on here on this same tray. This is a cappuccino jasper in like a teardrop. I had to call Amber. I was like, what does this say? She said Jeff wrote it. It's cappuccino jasper. I got some little stripities going on. And this one goes over here. And a pendant. This is a septarian pendant. Jeff drilled these. They're this one's $8. I had a whole bunch of different ones. It's kind of like a free form, but this is septarian stone. It's got a larger hole too if you wanted to put it on leather or something. But I thought the colors matched pretty good. You know? You don't trust DoorDash. I DoorDash quite often, and I don't have any problems with it out here. When I lived in Cambridge, we had a lot of problems with it. I think it kind of depends on your area and like how long they've been doing it. Surprisingly, I was pretty surprised that they seemed a little more put together out here in the North Dakota. Honestly, I was like, really? Interesting. That's the last one. Yeah. So this one has a, I gotta keep track of all my little papers. Oh, it's in there. So this one, the pendant is $8 and the strand is $12. So $12.30 on those. So we got some onesies. We got some where I said like, oh, I'm going to start, you know, I'm going to maybe match these up together. You can purchase them separately on the website, which I'm going to show you right now. These are just for the collector's corner where these are kind of like this. It's just something new we were trying out to see if we liked it. Let me get into the website here and we'll make them live. They said it's supposed to storm today. It's supposed to rain and snow. Products. Okay. Yeah. We're going to bulk edit these guys and turn them on. Okay, so we're on the bead store. They should all be in the collector's corner for November, which they are. So, as an example, like, I didn't always make this the front cover or whatever, like where I put A and B. So A is obviously for the strand, B is for the pendant, and then you make your choice here. If you wanted to do both, you would have to first put this one in the cart and then come back and put the pendant in the cart as well. Okay? Just so you are aware of that. When you do switch between these, it'll show you the price differential. So it says, okay, you want the strand it's $12.30. You want the pendant, it's $8.30. Okay, and then I did them like this so that you can, you know, see all the sizes and everything and know what's going on. So that's that. Same with these. I just didn't always make the like picture with the A and the B on it. Like this one is the same. You can buy them separately. I just didn't make that the focal picture because I don't know why, but I was doing stuff. So there's those. Same thing. You just pick right here. And then, whoops. I closed it out. Hello. This one's a onesie. Here's these guys with all the different options. Right, so there's a bunch of different options to choose from in this one because there's a bunch of different pendants and stuff. But they're all labeled. And then here's our rockin' agates. Again, they're all labeled with a letter. And same over here. Boop, 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 so you can pick. And these ones just had multiple strands, so these are like your regular old listing. Just add it to the cart. And then these ones had where you can pick the round bead or the coin. Yeah, pretty easy, I think. I will say that doing them that way is a lot. I don't know if it's a lot more complicated on my end because then I got to make the pictures and stuff or whatever, but I don't know. I don't think it is. I think maybe I'm just still getting used to it. Website. Oh yes, thank you for sharing the website, PK. Can you tell me you still want your bundle and send me your address? I'll say the Wednesday is prepared for the house. What, Beth? I'm confused. Glue it to the top of the bead. Yeah, I don't know about that. About gluing things to the bead, especially round beads. Like, I guess you could do it if you wanted to do like an earring and just do like a post back, you know, and just like glue it on there. But I don't know. I've never had any success with trying to glue beads. I've never had any success with that, really. Well, that's just me. Here are some other things that are currently in the collector's corner, and most of these things we have limited stock of, or they're just things that we got from Taylor's Falls last time I was there. So there we go. Got that. I guess I still got a sales category going on, which honestly I forgot about. So I'll probably get that taken care of today, maybe. I am going to make the I'm going to make an email, and I'm going to put that out. So I guess my question is do you guys want to shop Black Friday on Black Friday, or do you want to shop Black Friday early? But I'm not going to be able to ship because it's going to be like Thanksgiving and all these other things are going on until like next week. So I was kind of thinking I'll put out the code, because remember I'm going to do a code for Black Friday. I think I'm just going to do it Friday. Like send it in the email. Maybe I'll send it in the email on Thursday. Like Thursday night. You want to do it early. I could send it on Thanksgiving. I could schedule it to come on Thanksgiving night. And then so it'd be Thanksgiving